Talking about modules, these .py files that allow us to save our Python code. On the screen here, I have Atom Editor open up to the demos folder, which contains all of the .py files that I've been using in this video series. If you look at this folder, you'll notice something interesting. There's this file there, hellokivy.py. You probably recognize this file from back at the beginning of the course when you installed Python on your machine. We made sure that your Python installation was set up correctly. To do that, we asked you to use this file in a very specific way. You were to type Python, but not hit return. You gave a space, and then you typed the name of the file, hellokivy.py. You hit return. We saw some text on the terminal, but more importantly, it popped up this Hello World window. At the time, we said that this was an example of a script, and that scripts end in .py. Wait, scripts end in .py, modules end in .py. Are scripts and modules the same thing? Well, that's an interesting question. .py just means Python file. Whether or not it is a script or a module has less to do with the file and more about how you use it. Right now, I have used hellokivy as a script. I can also use it as a module. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to close this window. And now I'm going to start up Python. Hit return by itself and I'm now in the interactive shell. To use it as a module, I import it. So I import hello_kivy, no py. You do not include the .py when you import a module. I'm going to hit return. I see a lot of the text on the screen and I don't see an error message, so it successfully imported it. I don't see the window that says Hello World, but that's because hellokivy is not really designed to be used as a module. You can use it as a module, it just doesn't work the way that you would expect it to. The reverse is true. Let's think about something that it's designed to be used as a module. Let's think about the module temp. Now, if you remember, inside of temp, I had this function toCentigrade that allowed me to convert from Fahrenheit to centigrade. And I hit return, and the Python interactive shell evaluates it. Right now, I'm using temp as a module. But I can also use this as a script. I'm going to quit. I'm going to type Python space. And now I'm going to type temp with the .py. I hit return. There's no error message. Nothing happened, but there's no error message. All this means is Python perfectly ran that file. It just didn't do anything interesting. It isn't actually designed to be run as a script. Okay, so what is this issue about is and is not designed to be run as a script? Well, okay, let's look at a very simple example with one minor change in it. So here we are looking at the example.py that we've seen in a previous video. And as I said, we're now going to do one minor change, and we're going to take that variable x, and we're going to put it inside of a print statement. And that's really important. If we go back to example, this is an assignment statement, this is an assignment statement, but this is an expression. And as I've said, right, expressions are ignored. Python doesn't really do anything with them when you put them in a .py file. But when I put it inside of print, remember print is a command. Now I'm telling Python to do something, namely display it on the screen. So in fact, let's look at the difference of running these two files as a script. I can do Python example.py. I don't see anything happen. Or I could do Python script. And oh look, I now see the value of x on the screen. They were both run as scripts. It's just that script.py is designed more to be used as a script. Similarly, I can import them both as modules. I can import example, and now I can access the variable x inside of example. I can also import script. You notice when I import script, it prints out the value on the screen, but I can also access the variable. So what we're seeing here is that whether or not something is a script or a module depends on the type of commands that are in the file. And print is a perfect example of those. In fact, the only time that we're ever going to use print is inside of a script. The purpose of print is to allow me to see something on the screen when I run it as a script. Otherwise, since I'm not in the interactive shell, I'm not actually seeing Python do anything at all.